Guys, I want to apologize because yesterday, I shared this little basic cookie cutter martial arts warm up, right? Which, you know, I think people thought that was something that I actually do. It would be something I teach probably to beginners, but look, you know, I'm a third degree black belt working on that fourth. I do a lot of weird stuff to warm up. I do a lot of weird stuff to exercise. And guys, it's only gonna get weirder. You know what I mean? Last night, I had a little bit of insomnia. Nothing out of the ordinary for me. I've been dealing with that all my life. The one way I deal with it is I write a lot. I journal and I exercise, right? And I try out, experiment with various, exercises, things that I'm afraid to do during the day and look like a weirdo in public. I do at night, in solitude like a damn monk or something. And guys, holy crap, from about 11 p.m. to like 5 in the morning, I just did all kinds of crazy stuff that was so fun. It reminded me of all the stuff that like I used to do, in like jiu-jitsu class, stuff I used to do for warming up for like swim team. And just stuff I've seen, like for instance, there's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu athlete named Andre Galvao. He does all this kind of like natural movement kind of stuff to work out, and also probably steroids. But this is what he does all the time. Is he'll just set a lot amount of time, let's say 20 minutes, and he'll just freaking go around like an animal, rolling around, hopping around, doing all kinds of, your typical like wrestling drills, like hip escapes, but also just like animal movement, like kung fu looking stuff you see in like a, 1960s Shaw Brothers film, you know what I mean? And the guy, he moves like a world-class athlete, which is what he is, you know what I mean? He was practically unbeatable for years in his sport. And he said it was all about this movement training, this intuitive, natural movement training he did that made him fluid and strong and quick, on his feet, quick crawling on all fours, on his back, all these kind of movements. No matter what position he was in, he was comfortable and fast and strong, athletic. And for a while I was doing this stuff trying to be just like him many years ago, so I would do all kinds of like weird crawls and stuff like that. And I've done some of that recently, and put on Instagram too. But I really want to get back into it, man, because I feel like when I was doing that stuff, all this like animal movement, locomotion, grappling drill kind of stuff, I felt like I was the best version of me, in terms of being an athlete in a way. So man, guys, last night for, about 6 freaking hours, like a maniac. I probably created like, I don't even know, 30, 40 exercises that are new to me that I've never even seen before. I was just screwing around. For instance, I'm getting really bored with static exercises. And by static, I mean, exercises where you stay in one spot and you either move up and down or you're moving something in like a particular plane, or you're in an arching plane or you're twisting plane or whatever. But you're pretty much staying in one spot and doing something. And I know that's like the popular thing, and I know that's a good way to get strong, right? And get big and all this stuff. And everybody's like about squatting and benching and deadlifting. And yeah, no doubt those get you strong as hell. But dude, I'm telling you, it's not going to carry over to a sport like martial arts, to a hobby or a lifestyle like martial arts. Because you're just standing there, you're not moving around. Whenever I'm sparring, I haven't sparred in a while, obviously, because of COVID-19 and stuff, but what am I gonna do? Stand there and bench press somebody? You know what I'm saying? I gotta move around. I gotta be elusive. I gotta be quick on my feet, on my back, whatever, on the floor, whatever I'm doing if I'm wrestling. Quick little anecdote of this. I was reading that Farmer Burns book. Excuse me. And he talked about this, about how he was beating these guys that were doing heavy weight training, right? And he was saying how slow they were, how tight they were, and it's for some, it is kind of true. If you're only doing heavy weights and not doing any kind of like movement training or whatever, yeah, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna get slow. You might be strong, but again, just like the old time, 1890s, whatever wrestler Farmer Burns was saying, like, yeah, these guys suck at fighting. They can't move for shit. I'm beating all of them. And yeah, in my experience, that's true, and that really triggered a memory in me of when I was in college. I remember sparring with two guys, and these guys were freaking supermen. You know what I mean? One guy was a damn football player for Georgia. And I'm talking about, this guy was like 6'4", you know what I mean? Probably like 230 pounds, I would guess. I mean, he was just built like a damn action figure. Guy completely sucked, man. I'm telling you, he couldn't move at all. I was like 145 pounds, I believe, at that time, and I was like tapping him out. It was absurd. Another guy, not as action figure like, just more like a bowling ball of a person. He was like the damn junior state bench pressing champion or some shit. He had benched like almost 500 pounds when he was like 18 or some nonsense. Again, this guy sucked. You know what I mean? No offense to these guys, because obviously they were good at what they did, aka football and lifting weights. But, in terms of carryover to sports, it was like nothing. And here I am, at that time, a swimmer for 13 years, that has done a little bit of weightlifting. And I was just, rolling circles around these guys, basically. And, uh, and yeah, it got me thinking, like, Farmer Burns had the same experience, Andre Goval had the same experience. These are successful, martial arts, like wrestling, whatever you want to call them, athletes, and they did not really lift any weights. Andre Goval did a little bit, but mostly, he was doing and advocating that kind of intuitive, natural animal movement practice. Anyway, all this rant to say that I'm going to be sharing a bunch of these, wacky exercises. I'm going to be doing them a lot in the future, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and are entertained by the madness and creativity of my mind. And yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna get pretty damn, athletic from doing stuff like this. But most of all, man, it's gonna be fun. Moving around. I'm gonna be outside on the grass and stuff. Crawling around like a damn ape. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be doing like damn L sits, but like walking with it, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Crazy shit, guys. So anyway, stay tuned, I guess, if you want to see wild stuff like that and some, pretty unconventional strength and conditioning training methods. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, take care. If you watched all of this, you're crazier than I am. Love you. Peace.